When I see in the current generation where I'm at right now, the women of color struggling to get into these artistic spaces, and then I also see my own family, I've got little children, then this gives me a reason to say, hey, as an artist, I have to raise a question and say, okay, something needs to be addressed here.
People perceive you in a certain way because of the way you look. And I've always felt that I just had to accept it and go with it and just smile, laugh it off. And now I can actually talk loud about these things and say, no, I don't think that this is okay. This is what I go through. This is how I feel.
My name is Michael Omoke. I am the artistic director of ACT, Afro Cosmopolite Thespians, which is a theatre company based in Denmark. Our vision is to have multiple cultures share a stage. And New Nordic Voices is actually a project that is intended to run for at least 3 years. And essentially it takes 3 Nordic classic playwrights and juxtaposes them alongside 3 global South classics. In that connection, then we produced For Colored Girls Who Have Considered Suicide When the Rainbow Is Enough by Intercult.
Going into acting, I always thought it would be great to entertain, to tell stories, you know. But the fact that I can have an impact in people's lives that makes them think and make them feel a little less lonely made me feel really valuable. And it made me think that I should do this more often, you know, raise my voice and engage, because that is the power I have as an actress.
Juxtaposing Mina Khan's work alongside For Colored Girls, it brought the commonality of both Nordic countries and what we're terming as Global South. You know, for instance, we have 2 female playwrights from 2 different regions of the world and from 2 different span of time. We have one from the 19th century and we have one from the 20th century. And analyzing those themes and then bringing it again to the 1970s with Intercult, and then fast forwarding it to today, we realize that, you know, nothing much has changed with who man is or who woman is or who human beings are.
People tend to hold it to themselves, you know, they tend to keep these things to themselves, especially when it comes to race, which tend to be taboo. To be open about it, it's necessary, because we do have a lot of stories to tell that people don't know and they don't realize, but I think when they see it from another perspective, such as from theater through film, they can actually engage in it more and maybe understand.
The public reaction to the play has been absolutely phenomenal. We saw people coming out of the theater, they were crying, and they're like, oh, where have you been? And the reaction was absolutely incredible.
We did reach out to a lot of people, but mainly people and women of color, but we need more people to engage in this stuff. And that's why the Culture and Art grant is so important to us, because then we can continue with the work that we do.
The Culture and Arts program from the Nordic Culture Point, without that we would have never put up this production. They were not only putting in their money, which is important, but they were also valuing the project. They were valuing the essence of the humanness of these artists who were involved. And I think they have changed lives. Really, they have. I think that's what it has done. It has given us hope. It has given us hope to say, you know what, we can do this again.